You are standing in a room. The lights are bright, the room is quiet. Dozens of people are staring at you. They are perfectly still. They are waiting for you to speak. You open your mouth, nothing comes out. Your hands are shaking, your palms are sweating, your heart is pounding against your ribs. Your breathing is shallow, your throat feels like sandpaper, your stomach is completely tied in knots. You feel dizzy, you feel terrified, you want to run away, you just want to escape, but you cannot. You are trapped. You are just holding a microphone. You are just standing at the front of a conference room. You are in a safe, air-conditioned building. There are no weapons. There is no physical danger. The people sitting in the chairs are just your coworkers or your classmates or complete strangers. They are not going to hurt you, but your body does not believe that. Your nervous system is in a state of absolute catastrophic panic. It is reacting exactly the same way it would if you were suddenly cornered by a massive, hungry predator. This is the greatest paradox of modern human psychology. Statistically speaking, public speaking is the #1 phobia in the entire world. People are genuinely more afraid of standing up and talking in front of a crowd than they are of heights, of spiders, of deep water, and in many surveys, they are even more afraid of public speaking than they are of death itself. Jerry Seinfeld used to have a joke about this, saying that at a funeral, the average person would rather be in the casket than delivering the eulogy. We laugh at it, but physiologically, it is completely true. Your brain would rather die than give a presentation. But why? It makes absolutely no logical sense. You are just transmitting vocal vibrations through the air to other members of your own species. Why does your biology treat a PowerPoint presentation like a lethal threat? To answer that question, we have to completely strip away the modern world. We have to leave the conference room behind, and we have to travel deep into our evolutionary past. Because your fear of public speaking is not a modern glitch. It is not a sign of weakness, and it is not a lack of confidence. It is a highly advanced, perfectly tuned survival mechanism that was forged in a world where being the center of attention was the most dangerous thing that could ever happen to you. I want you to imagine that it is 50,000 years ago. You are a hunter-gatherer living in the Paleolithic era. You live in a small, tight-knit tribe of maybe 30 to 50 people. Your entire universe consists of this group. There is no other city you can move to. There is no police force to protect you. There is no grocery store to buy food from. Your survival depends entirely, 100%, on remaining a valued, accepted member of this specific tribe. In this ancient, primal world, there is no entertainment industry. There are no stages. There are no open mic nights, no corporate seminars, and no school plays. People do not just stand up in the center of the camp to give a speech for fun. If you are standing in the middle of a circle and the entire tribe has stopped what they are doing and they are all sitting in absolute silence, staring directly at you, it means only one thing. You have done something wrong. You are facing the tribal court. This is a moment of severe, life-altering judgment. The collective gaze of the tribe is not a friendly audience waiting to be inspired by your words. It is a jury deciding your ultimate fate. When all eyes are on you in the primal world, you are being evaluated. Maybe you stole food from the communal pile. Maybe you fell asleep while you were supposed to be keeping watch for predators. Maybe you challenged the alpha leader of the group and lost. Whatever the reason, the tribe has gathered to decide if you are still useful, or if you have become a liability, and the stakes of this evaluation are higher than you can possibly imagine. In the modern world, if you give a bad speech, the worst thing that happens is a moment of intense embarrassment. Maybe you get a bad grade. Maybe there is an awkward silence in the boardroom. Maybe your boss looks disappointed. You go home, you feel bad for a few hours, you watch some television, and you wake up the next day perfectly fine. You survive. But in the Paleolithic era, if the tribe did not like your presentation, if they listened to your defense and decided that you were guilty or useless or a burden to the group, they did not just give you a bad performance review. They did not just take away your bonus. They exiled you. They banished you from the safety of the fire. And exile in the Ice Age was not just a social demotion, it was a guaranteed, brutal, and horrifying death sentence. A single human being cannot survive alone in the ancient wild. We are not strong enough. We are not fast enough. We do not have thick fur to survive the freezing nights. If you are cast out of the group, you lose access to the communal fire that keeps you warm. You lose the shared food that keeps you from starving, but most importantly, you lose the collective protection of the group against the apex predators that rule the night. If you are forced to walk out into the dark prehistoric savanna all by yourself, you are not going to make it. You will be hunted down and eaten alive by cave hyenas or saber-toothed cats within a matter of days. Social death in the ancient world was the exact same thing as physical death. This is the crucial connection you have to understand. Your brain is hardwired to equate audience disapproval with being torn apart by wild animals. When you step onto a stage today and you see 50 pairs of eyes lock onto you, your limbic system, the ancient emotional center of your brain, does not see colleagues or clients. It sees the tribal court. It sees the jury that is about to banish you to the wilderness. The fear of public speaking is not the fear of looking stupid. It is the deep biological terror of being rejected by the tribe, cast out into the dark, and eaten alive. By the way, if you want to make sure you are never exiled to the dark wilderness of the internet, you should definitely join our tribe right now. Hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video. The Mesolithic Mind Channel is your safe campfire in the middle of a chaotic modern world. We are decoding the ancient survival instincts that still control your life. So subscribe, pull up a seat, and let us figure out exactly why your body physically breaks down when you hold a microphone. So once you realize that your brain actually believes you are fighting for your physical survival against a tribal jury, the embarrassing physical symptoms of stage fright suddenly start to make perfect, brilliant sense. Your body is not breaking down. It is not failing you. It is executing a flawless, highly coordinated biological protocol designed to help you survive a lethal threat. Let us break down exactly what is happening to you, symptom by symptom. First, let us talk about the dry mouth. The moment you step on stage, your throat feels like sandpaper, and you desperately need a glass of water. Why does this happen? Because digestion requires a massive amount of metabolic energy. The moment your brain perceives the audience as a threat, it triggers your sympathetic nervous system. It instantly diverts all energy away from non-essential functions like digesting your breakfast and reroutes that energy directly to your muscles. Your salivary glands shut down immediately to save power. You do not need to process food if you are about to run for your life. Next, you start sweating profusely, particularly on your palms and your forehead. You might feel embarrassed by those sweat stains on your shirt, but your primal biology is actually trying to save you. Sweat cools your body down so you will not overheat if you have to sprint away from the angry tribe. But more importantly, a thin layer of sweat makes your skin slippery, making it much harder for a predator or a hostile attacker to grab you and hold on to you. And those sweaty palms? That slight moisture actually increases friction on a microscopic level, giving you a better, stronger grip on a stone spear or a tree branch if you need to fight or climb to safety. Then there are the tremors. Your hands shake so much you can barely hold your notes. Your knees feel weak, and your voice quivers. That shaking is not a sign of weakness. It is the result of your adrenal glands flooding your bloodstream with massive amounts of epinephrine. Your body is literally revving its engine. It is priming every single muscle fiber for explosive action. It is preparing you to either physically fight off the angry mob or turn around and sprint out of the cave at top speed. The shaking is just unspent kinetic energy waiting to be unleashed. You might also notice that your hands and feet feel freezing cold. This is caused by intense vasoconstriction. Your ancient brain is anticipating that the tribe might throw rocks or spears at you. To prevent you from bleeding to death, if your arms or legs get cut, your blood vessels constrict, pulling the blood away from your extremities and pushing it toward your vital organs in the center of your chest. Your hands are cold because your body is preparing for physical trauma. And finally, the most terrifying symptom of all, you look out at the audience and your mind goes completely blank. You forget your opening line, you forget the entire structure of your presentation. You are standing there in silence, feeling like an idiot, but once again, your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. When the primal fear response is activated, it temporarily shuts down the prefrontal cortex, which is the highly evolved part of your brain responsible for complex logic, abstract thinking, and memory retrieval. Why? Because when a predator is lunging at your throat, you do not need to remember a complicated story or a philosophical concept. Thinking takes too much time. You need pure, raw, unthinking physical reaction. Your brain deletes your speech because it wants you to stop thinking and start running. Every single embarrassing thing your body does on that stage is a highly advanced evolutionary masterpiece. It is a perfect system designed to keep you from being murdered by your ancestors. The only problem is that this perfect system is running in the wrong era. It is completely outdated software. When you step in front of an audience today, your ancient limbic system sounds the alarm, but you have the power to consciously override it. The physical sensations of fear and the physical sensations of excitement are chemically identical in the human body. It is the exact same adrenaline. The only difference is the context your mind provides. The next time you have to give a speech, a toast at a wedding, or a presentation at work, and you feel that cold sweat, the dry mouth, and the racing heart, do not try to fight it. Do not tell yourself to calm down, because your primitive brain thinks that calming down in a dangerous situation means you are going to die. Instead, you have to acknowledge the ancient ghost in your machine. You have to look at the audience and consciously remind your limbic system where you are. Look at the people sitting in the chairs. Really look at them. They are not a prehistoric jury. They do not have spears. They are not wearing animal skins. They cannot banish you to the wilderness, and they certainly cannot feed you to the wolves. The absolute worst thing they can do is look down at their smartphones or politely clap when you are finished. Take a deep breath. Feel the adrenaline pumping through your veins, and instead of letting it paralyze you, let it fuel your voice. Let it give you energy. You are not on trial for your life anymore. The darkness has been pushed back. The predators are gone. You can speak freely because you are perfectly safe. You already survived.